We're going to start learning how to prepare an income statement for a service business. So we're going to start with the heading first. As you can see, the heading has three parts. The first part, the top part, is the name of the business. In this case, we assume the name of the business to be ABC, which is a service business. We are making an income statement, and for the year ended, it could be 31st of March, it could be 31st of December, it could be any other figure, any other date. If you remember, the format of the income statement is a very basic one. We take the total incomes, and from the total incomes, we're going to take away all the expenses, which will give us the profit. It's simple. We're going to keep that format in our mind when we are learning how to make income statement. So the heading is done. As you can see, it's total income, and from the total income, we're going to take away our total expenses, which will give us the profit for the year. Now, let us assume that the total income of the business was $15,000, and the total expenses of the business were $10,620. And that gives us a profit of $4,380. So total income minus total expenses gives us the profit. But as you can see, the 15,000, which is the total income, doesn't tell us what made up that total income. How did the business earn 15,000? Where did it earn it from? What were the sources? So what we need to do is, we need to show the details of this total income. Where did it earn it from? So we start with the revenue. So we got the revenue. That's the main source of income, and we are assuming it to be a courier business. So the courier business receives its income from the fees that it charges from its clients. That's fees received, and let's say that was $10,000. And then it also earned some more income from other sources. It had bought some shares in a company, and the company paid them $4,000 as dividend, and it sold a few bits and pieces on someone's behalf, was 1,000. So the total income turns out to be 15,000. So you have the breakup of the total income. From here, we're going to take away the expenses. If you remember, there were three expenses: the group 1 expense, the administration expenses, and the finance costs. There were three groups that we spoke about earlier on. Group 1, and because this is a courier business, we are looking at expenses that connect directly with a courier business. So we have the group 1 expense, which happens to be, as I said to you, because it's a courier business, so it would be connected with courier. So we're going to call it delivery and van expenses. So that becomes the group 1 expense. And do remember, group 1 expense, the heading will vary from businesses to business. For landscaping businesses, that group 1 expense group name could be a different one. For tour operators, that could be a different category, but it is still the group 1 expense. So let's see the expenses incurred by the courier business: van repairs, petrol, van registration. You can have some more, but I'll just limit this particular group to 3 of them. How much were they? We're going to say van repairs were 400, petrol was 1800, and van registration was 350, and the total was 5,150. That's for the delivery van expense total. The next group is administration expense, and under administration expenses, let's say we have the following expenses. We have office rent, office wages, insurance, rates, electricity, telephone, internet. You can have some more, but I'll stop there. And office rent was 1,000, office wages was 2,500, insurance was 500, rates 900, electricity 120. Total was $5,020 for administration expenses. And then the third category was finance costs. So in finance costs, there's the third category. And in finance cost, as you remember, the only expenses that come in are interests on either overdraft or loan or mortgage. In this case, it was interest on loan was 300, interest on overdraft was 150. The total expenses was $10,620 for finance cost, administration cost, and delivery van expenses. So we take that away from our total income, and we have profit for the year $4,380. But if you look at this whole thing looks very unorganized. It's very all over the place. And therefore, we would like to organize it, give it a bit of a more structure so that it's easy to understand. So what we're going to do is, we've drawn up 2 more columns for the amount columns. So we're going to restructure this whole information here so that it's easy to understand. And do remember, accounting is all about telling a story. So we're going to tell a story which is easy to understand. So what we're going to do is, we're going to take the $400 here, and we're going to write $400 in the first column. So that's van repairs is $400. Petrol was $1,800. So we're going to take and write this in the first column again. And van registration was $350 in the first column, which then, if you add them up, and we put the figure in the second column. So that figure here is the total of these 3 figures. So we can safely say delivery van expenses total $5,150. Similarly, administration expenses, office rent is $1,000. Office wages is $2,500. Insurance is $500. Rates is $900. Electricity is $120. And telephone and internet, there's a figure missing there, so we'll just ignore it for the time being. And the total is $5,020. So we will ignore telephone and internet. So it's $520. That is the total for administration expenses. Then we come to the finance costs. Interest on loan was $300 and interest on overdraft was $150, and the total was $450. So you can see that the total for delivery van expenses was 5150, administration expenses was 5020, and finance cost total is $450. So these are the three totals of the three categories. If you add them up, they come to $10,620, which is the total expenses. That's your total income. Take that away from there, and you have profit for the year, and that's $4,380. And that is your income statement for a service business. As you can see, it's well laid out. It tells you a very good story. It tells you the story that the income of the business was $15,000 and it earned it from fees was $10,000, dividend was $1,000 was commission received, that's worth $15,000. The business incurred $5,150 for delivery and van expenses. The breakup over here. The business incurred $5,020 on administration expenses. Breakup is here. The business incurred $450 for finance costs. Breakup over here. Total expenses here. Total income there. Take it away from there, and you have your profit for the year. It's as simple as that. Thank you.